Did I say epic, Carson? It was epic.
It was legend.
It was legendary. It was epic. It was epically legendary. Hands down, more airplanes, more camping. The camping was unreal. I could not believe how many campers were there. Welcome to the Aviation Mentors podcast, the podcast that takes your dreams of flight and turns it into reality.
Sponsored by Strass Financial, financing your flight training.
For pilots, by pilots. I'm Brandon Martini, a commercial pilot and flight instructor.
And I'm Carson Vasquez, I'm a private pilot.
Whether you're a seasoned pilot or beginner with dreams of flight,
Aviation Mentors is your source for expert insights, industry trends, and inspiring stories.
So fasten your seatbelts and prepare for this incredible journey through the skies.
And stay connected with us on social media for exclusive content.
And visit our website at www.aviationmentors.com and let us be your co-pilot on this adventure. Welcome back, everybody, to another amazing and, of course, Carson, awesome episode of the Aviation Mentors podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to be here. And today I'm thrilled to share some of my experience from Oshkosh 2024, which was an absolute blast. I was there from the Friday prior until the Friday after. There were some incredible aircraft, some of the latest aviation technology to unforgettable moments, and of course, behind the scenes stories at all of the parties and fun stuff that happens at Oshkosh. I've got a whole lot to talk about the world's largest aviation gathering.
All right, Brand, let me get comfy for this one. I have a lot of questions because I didn't get to go this year.
Yeah, and that was your fault. I wanted you to go, but no, Carson didn't want to go.
Brandon originally didn't want me to go. So when he asked me a second time, I felt like an afterthought, you know?
You were.
That hurts a little bit, Brandon.
Carson, there's no cursing on this. This is a very...
Did I swear?
No, but you were close. This is a family-oriented podcast, and we have to make sure that it stays that way, Carson.
You're right. You're so right, Brandon. I am so sorry. You're a
much better pilot than you. Yes, there we go. I knew it. I was waiting for it. Here it is.
Yeah, it's hard to keep swear words out when you're talking about Brandon, but we'll let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Absolutely.
And, let's take off. Let's land the plane. So, what was your overall impression of Oshkosh this year?
Before we get into that question, do you know what we have never done on camera yet?
We haven't done that.
We have not done it. So, by the way, everybody, you couldn't see this prior, but as soon as we would start the podcast, we would do this thing. So, Carson, we'll do it at the count of three, okay? 1, 2, 3. And that's how we'd start our podcast every time.
Every time. It's just been like an inside joke for us. Like it was before we had like an editor or anyone. It was just Brandon and I just sitting in a room or, doing this remotely. And we would just do it. And it got us in the mood and it got funny because we would start adding planes or props or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just take my phone and I go, phew. Or Carson would have an airplane, and then our producer Mark's there, and he would come up with something ridiculous every time.
Yeah, like a drone. He had like a little drone, so you're like, whoo.
And it came out of nowhere when he started doing it too. It was like, oh, I'm going to start using this drone. Oh, I've got this new little toy airplane that my kid has, and it just started being something new.
He always had something. So now we still do it, but we just we've left it off for the last few because we don't do the intro every time.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit better that way, I think. Not doing it every time, though. But it always got us in the mood.
It did.
So now we just have to joke around, mess around a little bit to actually get going with what we're talking about. So.
And I'm in a great mood today, Carson. Why do you think I'm in a great mood?
Why are you in a great mood, Brandon? You're back home?
Oh, I'm back. Yes.
You get to see me? It's been the first time in a month.
I know. I haven't seen Carson in a month, traveling a whole bunch. But besides just that, of course, Carson's making me happy. Did you hear the news with Strass Financial?
I did. I did hear about that a little early, but I was so excited when I saw that post on social media finally.
I know. I want everyone to go to Strass Financial's social media and go check out what just got posted because Stratus is going to be growing like crazy now. I mean, there's no inhibitors anymore.
No, there's so many opportunities. So
I just want to mention that. That's why I'm in a really good mood. I worked my rear end off for a long time to make some big things happen. So it's going to help more pilots really kind of get funding for aviation. And
it's a massive deal.
It's a massive deal.
It's really important. I mean, it's not just capital that Strass can spend. It's actually money going into our industry.
It is. Yeah. It's money going directly to our industry. It's not money going into Stratus' pocket. Trust me. I wish it was, but that's not true. It's going directly into flight schools and it's going to fund aviation fuel and insurance, and $50 million is a big number to be putting into our industry. And that's just the beginning.
That's general aviation too. That's not going, to airlines. This is going into general aviation.
Yeah,
so
$50 million going to general aviation. So
yeah, it's a huge win. Just not just for Stratus. I mean, for all pilots. Like that's a big deal
for the whole industry. Not just yeah, I guess you can look at it as just pilots or in general. But $50 million getting put into small communities where FBOs are around. The insurance companies, they're big. They probably don't need it as much, but the small FBOs, the people are cleaning the airplanes, the front desk people at all the flight schools, you name it, we're impacting their lives. So that's big. I mean, Stratus has around 90 staff members at this point. It impacts them because it obviously helps us create loans and things like that, but it really is impacting this industry in a huge way, not just for our 90 people and the 90 families that we support, but also everybody else in our industry. So I'm kind of curious, if I ran the number, how much $50 million actually has an economic impact on like how many people?
That'd be interesting to see just how many people it touches.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, you think about the bank that we're working with too.
Yeah,
like
it affects them. Like it affects their family. There's a lot of people. It's an incredible
deal that you made happen.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a big team headed by Alon and me and Anthony and the rest of our team.
Since the last time we talked about Alon, some news happened with him too.
Yeah, Alon is now CIO of Stratus. So congrats, Alon. He's actually here in the other room. Oh, he's not spying us anymore. He was looking at us a few minutes ago. But yeah. So all right, sorry to go off on the tangent, but I thought it was something
really good news. It was worth it.
Yeah, it was something good to mention and something I'm really excited about and proud of, and really just kind of, I'm just so happy.
Good.
Oh, before we get into this again, I know I'm on like 2 tangents today, but I'm so excited.
ADHD's hitting them hard. All right, keep going.
It's hitting me hard. You know what I did today? I went and flew the Icon, and I flew it in Long Beach, and I've never been able to land in Long Beach and like turn off the motor and just chill and just, I'm just going to go hang out on the wing. So everybody, by now the video is probably already posted by the time this goes live, but everybody should go check out that cool video. It's just me sitting on the wing by myself. I just turned off the motor. I'm just chilling and hanging out and on the water in an airplane. It was just like perfect weather today. And then there was another guy with a Siri or C-Ray, I don't know. He corrected me when I said it wrong, and I can't remember which one it was. And I got to talk to him, and he was like landing on the water below me. I was watching him do splash and goes and stuff, and it was just really, really cool. So
cool. Well, yeah, I was in the middle of working this morning, and I got a FaceTime call from Brandon, and I was like, "Oh, what's Brandon need? Great." And then I answered. And I see the icon. Yeah, it's you just know what it looks like after he FaceTimes you enough in it, because he likes to show off to me.
Oh yeah,
and rub it in, but.
He still hasn't gone flying in it yet.
I still haven't, but I was, he FaceTimed me, he answered, and I saw just the most beautiful picture of just the water all around the plane. I mean, it's something that you don't forget seeing for the first time. The first time I flew an Icon, not yours, but I flew it. It was awesome.
It is pretty epic for sure. I'm off of my tangents, I think.
Well, we just talked about the Icon. Let's keep going on that same tangent. What was the seaplane base like this year? I mean, seaplane base, everyone says, and I completely agree, it's a completely different vibe from the rest of Oshkosh.
Oh, the biggest vibe difference is it's 20 degrees cooler. Literally, there's trees and water surrounding the place and like lots of shade. It's so nice. It's legitimately 20 degrees cooler.
And it's a massive lake, so you get that breeze coming in the whole time.
Totally. So this year, I did go to the seaplane base. Normally, I go to the seaplane base on like Monday or Tuesday. I went there on, I think, either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning. I don't remember which one, but I went on one of those 2 days. And the thing was, with the seaplane base, I like to go, there's a lady there who sells her art. And I always like to get something, but she was sold out of most of her prints already, which phenomenal for her. That was great. I was really stoked for her, but I couldn't. She
brings a lot.
A lot.
She's parked there all week.
So I couldn't really, I thought about getting an original piece from her this year, but I wasn't sure where I would put it at this point in my house and in the office. Both are pretty built already when it comes to art. So I don't know where I would put it. So I didn't end up buying something from her. On a print, it's cost effective enough so I can just kind of put it somewhere. And if I find a place later, but if I want to get an original piece, I want to put that up right away. It doesn't deserve to be in a closet like collecting dust, right? Yeah. So I ended up not getting that. But outside of that, and how amazing the weather was this year at all of Oshkosh, I mean, just going there was even, to the seaplane base was even better, but Oshkosh was...
Rub it in. Yeah, keep going.
It was perfect. There was only like one afternoon that it had a little bit of rain. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Outside of all that, at the seaplane base, they implemented something new. And I still didn't utilize it, but I was very excited about it. So, you know the boat ride they provide there?
Yeah.
So before, you would get there and you would get on the boat and they would bring you around and be a 5-10 minute little jaunt around the lake, around all the seaplanes and seeing them. And it was great. I've been doing it every single year. A few years ago, it started becoming, unless you got there first thing in the morning, it was a 30-minute, 45-hour, 2-hour wait.
An hour and a half before we tapped out last year.
Exactly. So this year, they came up with a new way to do it. You filled out all your paperwork and you put your name on a list and they assigned you a time slot.
That's the smart way to do things.
Yep. And my buddy Mike Harris, who we hung out with the whole time there, we ran into him at the seaplane base. Eminem. So hi, Eminem. But we ran into him at the seaplane base and I asked him, how long have you guys been waiting? He said, about an hour and 45 minutes. They told me to come back in an hour and a half. So before, you had to literally just stand there and wait in line until your name was called, and it sucked. You had to like just stand there and you couldn't go do anything. If you needed to go to the bathroom, you had to ask somebody to save your spot, whatever it might have been, right? It was terrible. So this year they created a new process for that. That was probably the biggest deal. Another thing was getting to show Austin and Nicole the airplane that I did my multi-engine seaplane rating in, which was pretty cool. So I ended up showing them that, and also Leo, Austin's friend Leo, was with us. So we ended up looking around, and unfortunately I didn't see my old MEI who signed me off in that multi-engine seaplane rating, but pretty cool. And then I found out the Albatross that I flew and I got my type rating in, James was there and he was flying it around. So that was pretty neat, but I didn't end up seeing him. But Eminem ended up getting a video of him like doing a pass over the seaplane base, and they sent me a video. So of course I sent that over to James, and he was thankful for it. So that was really cool.
That's probably one of the coolest things you could do for a pilot: take a video or a picture of them
flying.
Flying. That's just, who doesn't love that?
I mean, everybody does.
Like air-to-air photography.
That's always fun.
We got to talk about that another time. But
we got to go do it.
Well, of course we got to go do it. But I mean, we got to plan it. I've done it too. It's really fun.
I did it last. I think I did it with Darius. It was like a year or two ago. I got to hit Darius up, do that again. That was fun. We have some cool pictures. You know, one of these days I got to just take all the pictures and we got to make like a collage of them or something. Like a
slideshow, like right behind us on like green screen, and just point to pictures.
Oh, that would be cool. Just kind of go like this.
That'd be.
By the way, this is an actual picture.
It is. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, Brandon did a good job.
Actual metal.
Interior design.
Metal. That's what I do best. Yeah. Interior design. I'm bad at everything else in the world.
Oh, well, you know, you're interior designing companies, so.
I mean, I can make things that are like symmetrical, like our stuff behind us.
Without any help, any tools, you just...
Yeah, I mean, this is all fairly symmetrical, and it's all eyeballed.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is off by about 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, so Brandon has a really severe case of perfectionism, and it affects everything he does, especially interior design.
Yeah, I mean...
That's why he's paid so highly for interior designing, obviously.
For interior design, yeah. You know what time it is, Carson?
Time is it, Brandon?
It's time to talk about one of our favorite companies.
Which company would that be?
Aviation Mentors is excited to be sponsored by the one and only Stratus Financial, dedicated to supporting the next generation of future aviators.
You know, Stratus Financial really understands the financial challenges that students face in pursuing their aviation dreams. That's why they offer student loans specifically tailored to aspiring pilots.
With competitive rates and flexible repayment plans, Stratus Financial helps take your aviation education to new heights.
So go visit their website today at www.stratus.finance. Just to be clear, that is not .com, it's .finance. And embark on your journey towards a sky full of possibilities.
Carson, it's time to get back to what we do best.
The show. Anyway, what did Nicole think about Oshkosh?
She went to Sun and Fun, so it was
a little bit less.
So it was a little less new, but it's still kind of overwhelming.
I mean, it's double the size.
It was the camping aspect she didn't like.
Oh, I didn't figure that she would. I think you talked about getting a hotel just because she wouldn't like it.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You blamed it on your back, but
yeah, exactly.
It happened.
No, so I mean, it was really a lot of fun. Austin really kind of came into his own there and like spent his whole time with just his friends, and now he's got friends that he meets at Oshkosh alone every year. I feel like I don't even see him there. He like does his thing, I do my thing, and we just meet up
for your pictures.
Yeah, we meet up for our pictures. Like at the seaplane base, we took our annual picture on the rock. Yeah, stuff like that.
By the was it 2024?
Oh yeah, we
Oshkosh
by the
sign.
arch. Actually, we were about to leave on Friday morning, and we had to go to the arch just to take the picture at the arch with the Stratus team, and then obviously all our individual like family type of pictures we all took. So
it's the most important picture. It marks every year. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean,
we have to do a collage of that too.
Exactly. Yeah, we do. It's pretty neat.
But anyway, I'm glad Nicole had a good time. Yeah, it's and Austin and everyone. I mean, it's such a cool experience, especially go see every year. Like it's just an annual tradition that you just love. It's fun.
It really is. I'm already looking forward to next year.
I bet I am too.
I mean,
I'll be going next year.
A week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I was not looking forward to next year because I was like burnt out from the whole Oshkosh experience. I mean, I'm there for a week and
it's a lot.
I mean,
it's a lot.
It's networking. Now we've got the booth with Stratus. Like before it was just like having fun. Now it's like having fun mixed with networking, mixed with the booth.
And you're on a schedule.
On a schedule, making sure that people are doing good, making sure that the camp has everything you need, like organizing dinners for the team, making sure that your family members are good, making sure your team members are good. It's now like it's a whole process. I'm looking forward to next year when Anne-Marie takes it and works with Amanda on it, and I just show up. That's going to be my goal. I just want to show up on.
If that's the case, I'm happy to just show up too.
Carson, we're going to put you to work.
Okay.
I want to show up on. I want to do like what Gus did. Gus showed up on Sunday, and he left on Friday. He didn't set up. He didn't tear down. He just showed up, went inside his RV, unpacked.
Nice. I'm going to do that too.
Worked all week. He did work the booth really hard though. So I got to give that to you, Gus. So.
Well, good job, Gus. I don't want to do that next year. So I'll fly in and hang out. I'll get a booth next to you guys where it has AC and yeah, it'd be nice.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect.
But speaking of all the people that were there and all the things that you guys were doing, I heard there was a couple days, at least one that was insanely busy. Were you there for that one? I think it was like Tuesday or Thursday.
I mean, I was there for all.
People said it was like out of the blue, like streets and freeways were shut down because all the traffic.
Well, that happens every Wednesday.
Obviously, the night air show.
Because the night air show, I mean, it's really difficult. Somehow we got a golf cart into Oshkosh this year.
No way.
Yeah. Getting out of the night air show was kind of difficult to like get out, but we did it. We did it.
Yeah. Biking out of the night air show is tough. There's traffic, crowds. You're going uphill both ways in the snow.
Actually, there is up. It is. It's uphill both ways. You got to go uphill.
There's a dip there, and
then
by the red barn.
By the red barn, there's an uphill both ways. Yep. You're right. It is uphill both ways.
That's pretty funny.
And then downhill both ways too, though.
Well, if you think about it nicely, yeah.
Off of, I don't know how to say it. It's like shack or shiak. I don't know. That's how you shake. I don't know. I've heard it. Carson's making this up right now. We need somebody from EAA to tell us exactly how you say it.
Yeah, we need like a word repository.
We do.
There's a couple words that Brand messes up all the time, and I like to rib him about it. But
that's one of them.
Speaking about the Wednesday,
but from a holistic view, it's my new favorite word.
Man, every time I hear like a word that's a little bit more complicated, I know once Brand hears it, he's going to add it.
What's the other new one that I used the other day?
Agnostic. Yeah, someone's in a meeting said like, I'm particularly agnostic to that issue. And then the next day we're in a meeting with complete separate people, Brandon and I knew as soon as I heard agnostic, Brandon was going to start picking up on it. He was like, yeah, I'm pretty agnostic to that. And I was like, agnostic to that. You just learned that word, buddy.
What was the one that we used today? I think there was one from earlier today.
Oh,
I don't know. It was another big one.
I don't know. It might be not be podcast appropriate.
No, it's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious something. I don't know. It was something big. So it was fun. It was funny. I like to use words. Mostly I only use them with Carson though, just to mess with them. So, all right. So we're running a little bit low on time, Carson. So what's the next question you got for me?
Wednesday night air show. That is the biggest thing that there is. Tell me about it.
Epic. The night air show was, did I say epic, Carson? It was epic.
It was legend.
It was legendary. It was epic. It was epically legendary. So this night air show happened to be, I think, the best air show I've ever been to before.
And just in case you guys are new here or don't remember, Brandon kind of gets tired of air shows after a while. He's been to so many, and it's just like, oh, it's another air show. Still cool, but
it's got to be a really unique
another air show. So for Brandon to say that, I tell me about it. What was so epic?
Airplane with fireworks mixed with drone show, mixed with fireworks, mixed with kaboom. That's what I have to say.
The wall of fire you could feel from your seat.
The wall of fire mixed with an airplane that had fireworks on it while doing loops, mixed with a drone show putting Oshkosh 2024 and like creating all these crazy scenes.
Dude.
Oh, mixed with fireworks like shooting up into the air. All of that was together at least for like 10 minutes of the 40 minutes of the finale of fireworks. You should check the Stratus. I know Anne-Marie took a crazy video. She's our new social media manager. She's been here for a month or so.
That video.
And she killed that video. It was great. So shout out to Anne-Marie. As soon as you hear this, I know you're always going to listen to it. So, but you guys got to check out that video she took. I mean, or just go look at all the videos that everybody else took.
At least look up the wall of fire for Oshkosh. You have to at least see that.
Wait until you go there in person.
Okay. If you're not going to go there though, go check it out.
Yeah, exactly. And you can actually watch the whole thing. It's all recorded on EA's website and you can watch it later. So if you want to go do that, you can.
That's pretty cool. Do you think they did the drones because Sun Fun had drones this year?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. They couldn't be one-upped by...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The drones were worth it. Drones were something new. I mean, I've seen drone shows before, but not
I've still never seen a drone show.
Well, you should have went to Oshkosh. I invited you on numbers 2. You were my afterthought and... Didn't happen.
Afterthought, still thought. I apologize.
It is still a thought.
I got ahead of myself.
You did. Just, yeah. You could have been there.
Oh, I could have been there.
Could have been there.
I mean, I think overall that this year has been better than the year before. I mean, it just keeps getting better, right?
And I think I saw more campers there and more airplanes with camping than I have ever seen before. And I've been going to Oshkosh since 2014. So this was my 10th year in a row, if I don't count 2020, which I don't. I just ignore that entire year. I just pretend everything happened like normal.
Since 2014, if there's been an Oshkosh,
I've been there.
That's the best way to put it.
And this was the busiest Oshkosh I've ever been to. Hands down, more airplanes, more camping. The camping was unreal. I could not believe how many campers were there in Camp Scholler. And everybody stayed until like Friday. Everybody normally leaves on Wednesday or Thursday who flies in because weather normally screws somebody up and they can't wait a few extra days or whatever it may be. But this year it wasn't. So
either weather or the night air show keeps everyone.
Exactly.
There's always a big just exit after that night air show.
Exactly. And people just stayed. They wanted to stay longer. So it was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. This year's Oshkosh, hands down, one of the best. The only one problem was Icon wasn't there. So I didn't get my nice Icon badge like I had before. It was sad.
Right. Oh, man.
We'll have to have an episode about Icon. Luckily, they're still in business.
But we've touched on
about their bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got out of bankruptcy. A new owner bought them. Kind of a new owner. That's a whole nother story.
Oh, man. We got to get into it then.
Yeah, then we got to get into that. But so I didn't get my owner badge this year. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
If you knew that, you should have brought it from last year. That's on you.
Well, I took off the lanyard? The lanyard. There it is. See, I can't say small words. Big words sometimes come out. I took off the lanyard and I use that for my pass at Long Beach Airport now. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he only has the Icon store there. So that's cool.
That's correct.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? Any honorable mentions or activities you did? Things that you saw are pretty cool besides hanging out with Mike.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I know you guys have so much fun together.
I know. Eminem was so much fun. No, we didn't do an episode. I don't know how much he's been recording lately, but there's a lady at SOS, which is like the bar that everybody goes to after Oshkosh is over with.
Was it a bartender?
No, it was not a bartender. Okay. No. It's a family show, Carson. No, there's this lady who, out of the back of her trunk, she was selling these like light up sunglasses. Not sunglasses, but like light up glasses and like little things that go on your head that are all light up. And every night I would go there and support her. I probably spent like $250 with this lady. And at one point I was just going there. I was having fun. And I was like, I like to support small businesses, especially people who are like willing to go grind and work hard. And she was doing that. And every night I would go there. And one night I went and bought like a whole bunch of things from her for all of my friends who I saw there. And she started crying. And she's like, you don't know how much this changed my life. So I was really happy I was able to make an impact on somebody there. And that was somebody who I wasn't expecting to make an impact on. Like aviators, those are different people you expect to make an impact on, but I wasn't expecting that with her. So I was happy that I got to make her day. She made mine because I felt really good about that. So I don't know your name, but thank you for being there. And I will see you there next year. Like I told you, I'll come back and I'll be your biggest supporter and fan again.
That's cool. That's a good memorable one.
That's a good honorable mention, I think.
Yeah. That is a great honorable mention.
Well, if you attended Oshkosh, what was the most impressive aircraft or exhibit you saw? Let us know. Comment below. If you have any memorable Oshkosh stories or experiences you'd like to share with us, please shoot a comment or share with a comment. That would even be even better. Make sure that you're clicking like on all of our stuff. We really appreciate it. If you've never been to Oshkosh, you want to know more about like the process of either flying in, because I've done the Oshkosh NOTAM several times, or if you want to know more about kind of the ins and outs of how Oshkosh works, feel free, shoot us a comment. We'll get back to you, or shoot me an email. If you're watching on YouTube, just put a comment in here below, and we'll actually answer it right away.
Oh, we're live. We can say below and like point down.
Below.
It looks exactly like we know what we're talking about.
Yep, precisely.
Nice. That actually gave me another idea. I think next week what we should do is we should talk about some of the fun stories, like crazy stories, like people that broke the NOTAM.
Oh yeah,
that didn't listen to it. And,
I'm down.
Oh, dude,
let's do it.
That'll be fun.
Well, thanks so much again for listening, and if you're watching, thanks so much for watching today. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can reach us at our emails: Brandon@aviationmentors.com, Carson@aviationmentors.com, for our amazing producer Mark, who tirelessly has been uploading to social media. As you see some of the clips from us, it is producer@aviationmentors.com. Also, don't forget to hit like, follow, stream, share. Please share. Please share, please share on anything you're listening to us on, or of course watching us on nowadays. So it's a huge part of helping the podcast grow and really helping our aviation community grow, just like Stratus Financial is.
That's awesome. Look, I'm proud of you improvising. Look at you.
Thanks, Carson.
All right, guys. Well, as a wrap up for the day, remember, we're here to guide you in your aviation journey. So fly safe and enjoy the ride.
Absolutely. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.